What's going on, everybody? Now, let me ask you all a question before we get started. How many of you want more money in your pockets? That's too easy, right? I love payday, don't you? Just the anticipation of knowing, hey, I'm about to be balling, about to have all this money. Next, what happens next? We get paid. Later on, we're broke. Where'd our money go? I'm Roddy Reynolds, Staff Sergeant in the United States Air Force, and today we're going to talk about money. On a better point, I'm going to be trying to convince you to quit recklessly spending your money. I'm going to start by helping you realize how you're recklessly spending your money in the first place. And then on habits, how to practice helping you save money. And then I'm going to end it by informing you the benefits of breaking this habit. Now, the first step to solving a problem is what? Figuring out the root cause. How are we recklessly spending our money? And first things first, we either don't have a plan or we don't stick to it. For example, we go to the supermarket. We have a grocery list. We don't follow this grocery list at all, or even we don't have one. And we end up with a lot more groceries than we even need. Stick to what you need. We don't properly research our items. We see sales in stores, maybe on TV, and we think, hey, we're getting a good deal with this one, right? Reality, I mean, you could look around, but in the end, you take that first deal, you could end up overpaying big time. Next is, hey, a lot of us do this. When we're about to get paid, we spend our paycheck before we even get it. Now, how do we do that? You look at items and you're just like, hey, I'm going to buy this with my paycheck, I'm going to buy this with my paycheck. Next thing you know, all your money's gone before you even got it because you already put it into something. Next thing is, we use credit cards on items we don't even have the money to pay for them. Now, not all credit cards are bad. For you credit card users out there, credit card can, if it's used properly, it can build your credit. Now, it's when you don't have the money to pay for them that your debt starts building. Now, next thing is, with credit cards comes financing. Financing causes you to overpay greatly. For example, let's say JC in the Wall Street Journal says that a lot of Americans overpay for items because they finance. And financing, a lot of the times you'll end up paying about 3 times the amount. Yeah, the payments might be small, but over time, you're going to end up paying so much money for this. Let's say it was a TV. You end up paying so much money more for a TV than it actually costs. And by the time it gets to the point where you're paying it off, you're going to see how much cheaper it is once it gets to that time. Now, I'm not saying, all credit cards are bad or all financing is bad, because some of it's good to help you build your credit, like I said. Next, we're going to discuss ways to save your money. Let's discuss some habits that'll help you save money. Now, first things first, let's make a plan and let's stick to it. Let's create a budget. Create a budget, know how much money we're getting, know how much money we want to save, know what we want to spend on food, know what we want to spend on leisure time. I mean, you get the point where I'm going. Now, when you're going out shopping, know what you're after when you go shopping. Don't just go shopping looking around aimlessly, because you end up overspending your money. If you want to buy a pair of shoes, go buy that pair of shoes and leave. Don't even bother looking around. All that window shopping just causes you to extra spend your money. Do your research on items. No matter how little or how much it costs in the store, you may always be able to find a deal. Like, for example, you find this nice little couch you want. It may be $1,000 at this store, but then at the next store it could be $800. You could just save yourself $200. You can find really good deals with that. Next thing is, you gotta get items that will do the trick, and don't get it just because it looks fancy. Now, let's say you want to buy a laptop. Now, you don't want to go buy a super expensive $1,000 laptop because a $300 laptop could do the exact trick you want it to do. If you just want to use your laptop for school, then hey, a cheap laptop will be just fine. You don't need a $1,000 laptop for that. Now, with the practice of these good habits, you'll come close to perfection. This will benefit you in the long run, which brings me to my next topic, the benefits of breaking this habit. The main benefit, I say, is there are always emergency situations that come up. Always. It may not happen today, it may not have happened in your past, but it's coming. Let's say you're driving your car down the street, somebody rear ends you. Next thing you know, you got to pay a premium for your car insurance, maybe a premium for your hospital bill, Maybe you rear into somebody else, so it's your fault. So you got to pay the premiums. You know what I mean? Your car could break down. You get a flat tire. You never know what could happen. Never know when you're going to need this extra money. Now, you can build this money that you're saving to get an item that you eventually want. Like I said, financing is bad. If you could spend $100 a month financing something, then you can save that $100 a month to actually pay this item off so that you don't have to finance it. Now, let's say if you did finance something and you got to have this money saved. You don't want to risk losing this item because you aren't able to make payments. Save your money, people. Now, ultimately, we're going to wrap this up. Now, today we talked about how we're recklessly spending money and habits to practice that'll help you save money. Then the benefits of breaking the habit. Now, I hope I drilled this enough into your heads today that, hey, money is what running this world out here. You need money for everything. Recklessly spending it on these items you don't need, come on now. Let's make it better. Thank you, everybody. I'm Rodney Reynolds. Y'all take it easy.